Top 5 Current Human Extremes. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Here are top 5 current human extremes. 5. Smartest, highest IQ. Let's set some guardrails around this entry because smartness has too many variables to be objectively quantified. For example, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg is undoubtedly exceptionally smart, but exceptionally awful at anticipating consequences, reacting to real-time problems, and especially optics. But in terms of sheer intellect, IQ is the best, albeit imperfect, measurement of smartness. And though he never took a formal test, experts place the IQ of American Williams cities between 250 and 300, an incredible 50 to 100 points higher than Albert Einstein. Cities was reading newspapers before age 2, and by 6 spoke Latin, French, German, Russian, Hebrew, Turkish, and Armenian in addition to his native English. He entered Harvard University at 11. City's adulthood, however, was far less remarkable. Tired of the attention and expectations tied to his wonderkind status, Cities receded from the limelight and became a reclusive writer. So reclusive, in fact, that he published most of his books under pseudonyms. He died from a brain hemorrhage at age 46. So who's the smartest now? Well, it's complicated. In the 1980s, American Marilyn Vos savant registered a 228. So incredible, in fact, that Guinness eliminated the highest IQ category shortly thereafter. Currently, the top-ranked person in the World Genius Directory is chess player Konstantinos Antalichanis, who has scored as high as 230 on IQ tests. 4. Hairiest? Larry Gomez of Mexico has a rare genetic disorder known as congenital generalized hypertrichosis, which affects less than 100 people in the world. As a result, he has hair covering an unbelievable 98% of his body. Apparently, less than 10 people in the world have hair covering at least 95% of their bodies, and Lucky Larry is the woolliest mammal. His nickname? Why, Wolf Man, of course. And along with his hair, the plot gets thicker. Because Larry isn't a lone wolf. His wolf pack holds the Guinness record for hairiest large family, which shouldn't be a thing. Seen here with Gabriel Danny Ramos Gomez, Luis Alilia de Lira, Aceves and Jesus Manuel Fajardo Aceves. Larry and his kin are among 19 family members spanning 5 generations with hypertrichosis. Larry and Danny perform in the Mexican National Circus, probably to cover their shampoo expenses. Hypertrichosis has an even rarer subdisease called Ambras syndrome, which claims only about 50 confirmed cases since the Middle Ages. One sufferer is Thailand native Supatra Suzafin. By age 11, she'd already been deemed the world's hairiest girl. Her nicknames have included Wolf Girl, Monkey Face, and Chewbacca, who is probably the worst Star Wars character to resemble besides maybe Jabba the Hutt. But alas, this saga has a happy ending. In 2018, Suzafin got married. As of this writing, the couple was still living hairily ever after. 3. Wokest? Some ugly college kid on Twitter perhaps. Just kidding. This entry isn't about PC woke, but rather physically woke, as in not asleep. While it's likely that someone, chronic insomniac, tortured prisoner of war, anyone who's coached the New York Jets, has gone sleepless for longer stretches, the official record for consecutive wakefulness belongs to American Randy Gardner. For a school science experiment to see how long he could stay awake, Gardner, then 17, went an amazing 264 hours, just over 11 days, without sleep, eclipsing the existing record by 4 hours. He and classmate Bruce McAllister purposely intended to surpass the 260-hour mark, which belonged to Hawaiian disc jockey Tom Rounds, who'd gained notoriety for setting the record while sitting in a department store display window. Gardner's record-setting stint started innocently enough, just he and McAllister. But when it became clear Gardner was literally up for the challenge, the two were joined by sleep researcher Dr. William Dement and U.S. Navy medic John Ross. By day 3, Gardner became noticeably uncoordinated and experienced strong mood swings. After 5 days, hallucinations began. Incredibly, after finally tapping out, Gardner went not to bed, but to a press conference. He was then given an electroencephalogram to study his brain waves before hitting the sack for a solid 14 hours of sleep. Gardner is still alive. 2. Wettest. This list's newest record belongs to Pablo Fernandez of Spain, who from July 19 to 20 of 2021 broke the record for longest distance swim. Departing at 10 a.m., Fernandez swam for 250 kilometers, 155.3 miles, over 26 hours and 36 minutes. Fernandez, though, had some help, an incredibly friendly current. According to Robert Strauss, the attempt's chief observer, the currents were going so fast. We calculated that Pablo was swimming 100 meters approximately every 40 seconds for 24 hours. He was flying. By comparison, Olympic male sprint swimmers typically take 46 or 47 seconds to swim 100 meters. Still, Fernandez is no splash in the pan. He actually holds several water endurance records. In 2019, he became the fastest to swim 5 kilometers with leg irons on, which is a really specific world record, but sure, why not? In 2020, he broke the record for swimming in place when he tread water for 25 consecutive hours. On the women's side, the record holder for an unassisted open water swim is Australian Chloe McArdle, who in 2014 swam 77.3 miles in the Atlantic Ocean over a span of about 41 hours. While impressive, McArdle was 29 at the time. Peak physical shape. At least as impressive was 64-year-old Diana Nyad's 110-mile, 53-hour swim from Cuba to Florida in 2013, which was considered assisted, and therefore not superior to McArdle's mark, only because she used gear to protect from dangerous jellyfish stings, which had stalled her previous efforts. 1. Drunkest. A certain subset of the population. Alcoholics. Think your stories about how many beers you once drank are just adorable. People bragging to us about their ability to hold liquor is like boasting about sexual exploits to Ron Jeremy. Amateurs. Still, this one guy did some epic damage. After a car accident causing him severe injuries, an unnamed man in Poland had a blood alcohol content (BAC) of 1.480%. For perspective, the limit to legally drive in the US, Canada, and UK is 0.08%. Other locales, including the EU and Australia, deem anything over 0.05% too inebriated to drive. That means our Polish friend's BAC was, depending on the comparison country, approaching either 20 or 30 times the legally drunk standard. It is the highest BAC ever recorded in known history, a mark that, per this blood alcohol content calculator, would take a 150-pound adult male approximately 90 ounces of vodka to reach. Amazingly, according to doctors, the man survived his binge drinking episode, but eventually succumbed to injuries from the car wreck because pavement. Due to medical record anonymity, it's impossible to know who the current BAC title holder is, but the next highest seemed to be a South African sheep thief. Yes, sheep thief, who clocked a 1.41% in 2010, and a 24-year-old American woman who, despite a BAC of 1.33%, the highest ever recorded for a female, was somehow alert and capable. I think I'm in love. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.